Most of our injuries are caused by repetitive strains when the horses are tired. So, you know, if the horse is working very hard in the collection and their back gets a little tired and they don't use their hock properly and they get a little tear. The other injuries that are very often caused in our horses are when they're out in the paddocks. So we're about to go away on a clinic for 3 days and my horses are getting turned out in the paddock. So we've just quietly cut any extra out of their feed that makes them a little bit wild. And I'm going to give them a little work right before we hop on the plane so that they feel relaxed and let down a little bit. There's no tension from their work and they can just have a nice time out in the paddock without blatting around and hurting themselves. So this is Florian. He is now training all his FEI work, which is wonderful. I've had him since he was very, very young. And we're just putting him in the equine evolution lunging system. My husband designed it. And it allows the horse to poke their nose out, but still keep a roundness in their neck. It allows them to change the flexion. What I love most about it is that the horse is able to put their head up, down, in, out, but it just stops them being able to invert their underneck right up and actually, you know, use their backs incorrectly. Because once the horses, good boy, whoa, whoa, good boy, little kiss, okay, little kiss. Okay, one more. Okay, now we're really going to get to work. Important to adjust them so that the horse's nose is able to go in front of the vertical. Right. So you don't want to have it that they're adjusted with the horse, come here, buddy, right back in here behind the vertical. That won't do them any good. It'll just stiffen their back and it won't build strength. What we want to do, eating the lunge line, naughty boy. So you can see that I'm just letting him mooch along in a nice rhythm. It's no good to you if your horses come out here and hoon around like a motorbike with their shoulders set on the wrong angle. You want each foot to land squarely in a rhythm, and I keep it steady. I don't like a big forward, you know, I don't need that. Maybe with the young horses, yeah, sure, I teach them a big forward rhythm, but he's young, but he's not a baby horse anymore. I just want him to come out and just get pleasantly tired so that he has 3 days off in his paddock, sunbaking, sand rolling and enjoying his life. You can see that I'm doing him in a halter. They all like something different. Just listen to your horses. If your horses are having a reaction to being lunged in a bridle, try lunging them in a bridle with the halter over the top, or take the bridle away in entirety. Most horses, by the time they get to this age, don't need a lunging system on them anymore. He needed one on him when he was younger because when he'd canter, he would always stick his neck up and cross canter, and so we always had one on him just to teach him to canter round and forward and loose. Up. And you can see that the lunging is just a nice bonding experience. Up. For both of us, I get to see my beautiful horse and where his muscles are at. Good boy. Oh, and he gets to hang out with me and the peacocks and the dogs and everything else without any pressure on him. When we were first speaking today, I said to you that often a lot of injuries are caused through repetitive strain when the horse gets tired and they're trying to offload, that the neck is tired, so they lean on the shoulder and then they hurt the front leg or whatever. Some injuries are just unlucky, so don't blame yourself. But often, just a quiet little lunge like this, or a gallop down the back, or a big walk out on a trail will actually rest all those muscles, that we're using for collection and that we use for expansion for the big extended trots. So it's important to understand your horse and feel when they're getting tired and give them a day of cross training, something different. We try to make it that our horses are quietly given, if they're not competing, a Sunday off. If they do compete, they often have a full week off afterwards so they can rest in their paddock with their friends. Then on a Monday, they'll have a little lunge like this. Tuesday, they'll just exercise and do lots of transitions, just getting them to sit and push. Wednesday, we train. Thursday, Andy and I have fun. We go for a gallop, we go for we put the jumps out, we might just go for a walk. Friday we train. Sorry, the mic just had a little moment in this one section on the video. And Saturday we do touchstone. So we do one thing that's hard and then we go have fun. Then do their favourite thing with them when they get it right. So take them for their gallop or or a green pick or whatever it is. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Take care. And for any of you in South Australia, I will see you tomorrow.